Hello and welcome. It's great to have you here. Today, we're going to explore something really fundamental in programming, teaching our code how to make choices. This is where your programs start to feel intelligent and dynamic. Let's imagine a real world situation. Say, we're building a simple checkout system for an online store. This store has a special offer. If a customer's total purchase is over $50, they get free shipping. Otherwise, they have to pay for it. How can we make our code decide whether to apply the shipping fee or not? Let's start by creating a variable for the customer's shopping cart total. We'll call it cart total. Let's set it to 65 for now. So I write const cart total equals to 65 semicolon. Now we need to check if this total is greater than 50. To do this, we use what's called if statement. It's like asking a question. You write if followed by parentheses. Inside the parentheses, you put the question, or as we call it in programming, the condition. Our condition is cart total greater than 50. If this condition is true, the code inside the following curly braces will run. Let's write that part. So I write if, now I put here a set of parentheses. Inside that, I write cart total greater than 50. Next, a set of curly braces. Inside that, I write console.log double quotation. You qualify for free shipping. Exclamation mark. Semicolon. Let's see what happens. Because our cart total is 65, which is indeed greater than 50, we should see our message in the console. And there it is. Great. But what happens if the condition is false? Let's change the cart total to something less than 50, like 35. Now if we run this, notice that nothing happens. The code checked the condition, found that 35 is not greater than 50. And so it completely skipped the code inside the curly braces. This is useful, but we want to give the user a message in either situation. This is where the else block comes in. An else block runs only when the if condition is false. It gives us an alternative path for our program to take. Let's add else block to tell the user how much more they need to spend. I'll start typing the else part now. So after the if statement, I write else set of curly braces, and inside that, I write const amount needed equals to 50 minus cart total semicolon. Next, console.log, I use backticks here. You need to spend $sign curly braces to inject our variable's value into this string. And I write amount needed, then space more for free shipping dot semicolon. Okay, let's break this down. With cart total at 35, the if condition is false. So JavaScript skips the first block. It then immediately executes the code inside the else block. It calculates that 50 minus 35 is 50 and tells the user they need to spend $50 more. Let's just quickly test it again with a value over 50. Let's change cart total back to 65. So I change this value to 65. And now it goes back to showing the free shipping message. So we have two possible paths for our code. And the if-else structure controls which path is taken. This entire if-else structure is a foundational control structure. It's called that because it gives us, the programmers, control over the flow of our program's execution. It's incredibly powerful. Let's do one more quick and simple example to make sure it sticks. Imagine we have a game and we want to check if a player's score has reached the winning threshold of 100 points. First, let's create a variable for the player's score. So I write let player score 110 semicolon. Now let's write if-else statement to check this score. If the score is 100 or more, we'll congratulate the player. If not, we'll give them an encouraging message. So I write if, I put here parentheses inside it, player score greater than or equal to 100. Okay, curly braces. And inside that, I write console.log, double quotation, congratulations, exclamation mark. You won the game. Semicolon. And outside the closing curly brace, I write else, set of curly braces again, and inside it I write console.log, double quotation, keep going, comma, you're almost there. Exclamation mark, semicolon. Okay, and I run. Since player score is 110, the condition is true, and we see the winning message. If we change player score to 90 and run it again, see what happens. So I change this value to 90. So I run it again. The else block is triggered, and we see the encouraging message. Perfect. That's the power of having two paths with if and else. But what happens when you have more than just two possibilities? Life is often more complex than a simple yes or no. Let's go back to our ticket selling idea, but this time for a movie theater. A movie theater usually has different prices. For example, a standard price for adults, a discount for children, and another discount for seniors. Here we have three different situations. How do we handle that? This is where we introduce the else if statement. It lets us build a chain of checks. Let's see it in action. First, let's set up a variable for a customer's age. We'll start with an age of 10. So I write let customer age equals to 10, semicolon. Notice I used let because the age might change in future, so yeah. Now we need a variable to hold the final ticket price, but we'll leave it empty for now. We'll fill it in based on our conditions. So I write let ticket price, semicolon, without any value given. Okay, let's build our logic chain. First, let's check if the customer is a child. Let's say anyone under 13 is a child and pays $10. So I write if customer age less than 13, inside curly braces, I assign a value to our variable. So ticket price equals to 10, semicolon. Now, what if the first condition is false? We want to ask another question. Let's check if the customer is a senior, meaning age 65 or older. They'll pay $12. For this, we add else if block. I'll type it now. Alright, else if. Again, you have to put here a set of parentheses. And inside that parentheses, you write your condition. So I write customer age greater than or equal to 65. And after that, again, you need curly braces. So I write ticket price equals to 12, semicolon. So here's how it flows. The code first checks if customer age is less than 13. Only if that is false will it move on to check the else if condition. Finally, if the customer is not a child and they're not a senior, then they must be an adult. We can use a final else block for this. This else block acts as default, catching everything that didn't meet the other criteria. Adults will pay $18. So I write else inside curly braces, ticket price equals to 18, semicolon. Now we have our complete logic chain. Let's print the final price to see the result. So I write console.log, I put your backticks, and I write based on your age of $, curly braces, customer age, next, comma, your ticket price is $, and again, $, curly braces, ticket price, dot, semicolon. Alright, let's trace it. Customer age is 10. The first if condition, customer age less than 13, is true. So ticket price is set to 10. And this is very important. Once a condition in the chain is met, JavaScript runs that code block and then skips the rest of the entire else if and else chain. So it won't even check if the age is greater than or equal to 65. Let's prove it. Let's change the age to 70 for a senior. Now, what happens? First, it checks if customer age is less than 13. And it asks, is 70 less than 13? No, that's false. So it moves to the next part of the chain. Else if customer age is greater than or equal to 65. Is 70 greater than or equal to 65? Yes, that's true. The code inside this block runs, setting ticket price to 12. Because it found a true condition, it now skips the final else block and moves on. The result printed is $12. One last test. Let's set the age to 30 for an adult. So I change the value to 30. Let's trace it again. Is 30 less than 13? False. It moves on. Is 30 greater than or equal to 65? False. It moves on again. Since all if and else if conditions were false, it runs the final else block as the default case. Ticket price is set to 18. The result is $18. Now, that's how you handle multiple exclusive conditions. The if, else chain is a clean way to ask a series of questions and executes a specific block of code for the very first one that is true. Okay, alright guys, that's a wrap. This is a concept you will use constantly in your programming journey. Take some time to really play with this. But before that, please subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.